And a star is born.
Swell. No, okay. Mormon. All right. This is our Mabon and Pagan Pride Day presentation, y'all. Tomorrow is Pagan Pride Day. So it is the time of the autumn equinox. Equinox equal night. Day and night will be equal, just like it was in the spring equinox. But now we're going to tip over toward the dark half of the year, which I think we're more comfortable with. How about you? I know I am.
Right.
So traditionally, the harvest would be winding down and the fields would be nearly empty because the crops have been plucked and stored for the coming winter. Of course, for us here in South Florida, it is still hot as hell, but the days will get shorter. I find that very interesting. That still happens no matter what the temperature is, whether it's raining or snowing, the days will still get shorter because the earth is all tipped and is showing its belly, is showing the equator to the sun. And so it wants its belly.
27%.
It wants its belly.
27 degrees.
27 degrees. And it wants its belly scratched. Okay. So So the moon is a cat. The moon is a cat.
The earth is a cat.
The
The
earth
moon
is a
is human.
cat. So this is also the time of Mabon, not just Pagan Pride. That was recently. Mabon is truly the witch's Thanksgiving. Because if you think about those fields and all that abundance being in the storehouses and the animals that need to go gone, slaughtered, cured, whatever, and the food stores were full, this would be the most prosperous you would be till Imbolc. And this would be the time where you could see, are we going to celebrate this year or is it going to be rough? So this is the time of abundance, the most abundant that you will be for the rest of the year. Now, we don't live in an agricultural society, Sometimes Carl and I, we look at each other when we're so excited because there's one green pepper out there, or there's, a little bit of arugula or something. And we're like, if this was all there was, we would have to pay a lot more attention to this because we could not live on this. So we can run up to Publix and get whatever we need. So we don't have really that kind of feeling about this time of year. But what we can do is equate it, as we did all along, all the 8 Sabbaths, to a spiritual abundance. If we remember back in Imbolc when we set our intentions, and at Ostara when we planted those seeds, and at Beltane when we watched the first successes growing, by now we should feel that we are in our abundance spiritually. And I think that the Grove is in our abundance spiritually. We are in a very good place. And how appropriate is it for them to have chosen this time of year to have a Pagan Pride Day? When we are in our abundance and we are proud of ourselves, and we are going to see a lot of new faces tomorrow and reconnect with a lot of people that we haven't seen in quite a while. And it's really going to be a celebration of our abundance in the pagan community. It just so happens that in this newsletter of COG's newsletter, the Grove will be officially welcomed. So we have a lot to be thankful about. So you have this this holiday, this Sabbath, Mabon, that might get overlooked if we didn't put this spiritual spin on it. And it becomes one of the more important ones. It elevates it to something that every pagan can get behind. And this will be the theme of tomorrow. I have chosen the theme E pluribus unum. Out of many comes one. And that's really what the pagan community is. You've got witches and druids and shamans and Vikings and come on, what else we got? Bolas and heathens and we got all these things, but we can all come together. Crystal pagans. We can all come together and celebrate the abundance of our spirituality and our love for this Mother Earth. That's really what we have in common. Love of the mother, a respect for nature, and I'm so happy that I found this community, so much happier than I was anywhere else. In our older community. So we can still use a lot of the Mabon symbols in our celebrations, in our altars, and we're going to use quite a few. The apple. The apple is a great symbol of Mabon. This time of year, the apples, I had so many apples to choose from up at Publix this week. The whole shelf was full.
The fresh honey crisp in Minnesota were to die for.
Well, one of the trips that we're going to do, there just happens to be an early release day, and we're going to John Mac's orchard
Yeah.
in DeKalb, Illinois, and man, they make apple donuts and apple cider and apple this and that. And look, I'm gonna get my
Apple.
right.
Yeah.
Cut it this way. Cut it in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I love it.
Love it. So this will be part of our offerings on the ritual table tomorrow. Apples, apple juice, and gluten-free vegan corn muffins.
They're delicious.
Everybody can eat them. You know, if you take one of those little individual cups of applesauce and you put a half a teaspoon of baking powder in it, it is an egg.
An egg. Oh, cool.
Because there's 2 reasons to use an egg in cooking. There's binding and leavening. So you've got the binding of the applesauce and you've got the leavening of the baking powder. And that's how you replace an egg. Only called for 1 egg per box, so it's not going to make that much difference. They rose up and they're bullet and Carl ate one. They're delicious. All right. So another symbol that we have is pumpkins. And you know, when you're not sweating in the fields, you're just sweating. you find these little traditions that mean fall. You know, your first pumpkin spice latte. Right. It's important, right?
This one over
It's
here.
important. All right, mine is pumpkin pie.
Hell,
Okay.
Pumpkin
seeds. The first pumpkin pie. I feel
Pumpkin
funny.
bread.
Pumpkin bread.
I love
I kind of feel funny eating pumpkin pie any other time of the year. I know that it's available to
I
me.
roast all my sweat.
I once had pumpkin
Pumpkin
pie.
seeds. I love pumpkin
You
seeds.
put salt on them?
Right. So your first pumpkin anything is always an occasion. And I want to save it. I used to save it for my birthday, but it's gotten so much earlier now, you know, usually, you know, 1st of October, then you would have pumpkin spice, but now
September.
you got pumpkin spice everything. We're also going to have a mother goddess on the table, because this is where we can all come together. I was looking for symbols, and I invite everyone to bring something to put on the altar tomorrow. Something that's specific to your path, or a tool that you use, or something that speaks to you of Mabon and this time of year and autumn. But all of us can get behind the mother goddess, the symbol of the mother. That's something that we all understand. Even if we have varying attitudes towards our personal mothers, we all understand the concept and what it should look like and what we strive to be. So we can all get behind that. So we'll have statues, hopefully we'll have statues of mother goddesses if people would like to bring them. It's a time to find balance, okay? Because this is the time where the day and the night are equal. And so this can really be a time when we think about a balance in our lives, light and dark. Are we well balanced? It's just as bad to have too much light. That's too much dark. You need that balance, really, to stay in check. So I want to do a little meditation with you now. I'm going to light a white candle. And I'm going to light a black candle. And I will invite you to close your eyes. And try to be as balanced as you possibly can as we listen to my words. A balance of night and day. A balance of dark and light. Tonight, I seek balance in my life as it is found in the universe. A black candle for darkness and pain, and things I can eliminate from my life. A white candle for light and for joy, and all the abundance I wish to bring forth. At Mabon, the time of the equinox, there is harmony and balance in the universe. And so there shall be in my life. My life is harmony and balance. Let's chant. My life is harmony and balance. 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 So mote it be.
So would it be,
And even more.
and even more.
I was taking a class online today, and that's the way Wendy Mata always ends her mantras. So it shall be, and even more, because she doesn't want to limit the universe. I might be asking for $10,000, but wait, if I get more, I get more. So there's a lot of activities that we could be doing this time of year that have to do with the gods and goddesses that rule the time. Winemaking or mead making.
Oh,
Hello. This is the time for rituals to Dionysus and to Bacchus. Oh, yeah. And the mead turns spicy. I mean, like cinnamon. This is my go-to. Cinnamon. Not only flavor-wise, I like any food with cinnamon, but also magically. This is pure abundance in every form. Health, wealth, you name it. You want abundance, you blow cinnamon at it. Lots of people blow cinnamon out their front door or in their front door on the first of every month to attract abundance. Make sure you tell the universe what you want an abundance of.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You're not careful.
Right, right. You have to do these things mindfully. So, if it becomes just ritual, as in, it's the first of the month, I'm going to stand outside, I'm going to blow cinnamon into my house, and I'm thinking, there's going to be traffic jam today on my way to work, and I'm going to,
Every day.
all the bills are coming due, and I'm blowing that right into the house.
Oh, the cat was in the way. Well, I'm sorry about that.
So, yeah, be mindful in your magic. This is a time for hunting and gathering. You can fill your freezer, or that wood pile, either physically or, mentally, hunting, gathering. Maybe this is a good time for you to think about that online course that you've been meaning to do, just hunt for something, right? Hunt for something better for yourself. Gather things together, gather your tools. This is the time to do it, especially, I have a story. It's not funny. I have a story about my first husband. Not that it was funny, but when we lived in Arizona, we had to gather wood because we had our primary heating was a wood stove, and it had electric blowers on it, so it was very nice. It was plenty, but you had to go now to get it, because if you waited any longer, just a few weeks from now, it might be covered with snow, and the wood would start to rot because it was laying on the ground too long. This from Minnesota, that you have to get it now for when you need it later.
Yep.
And so last minute, Larry put us all in the car sometime in November, and I swear we just about went off a cliff, sliding in the ice up this mountain to find wood, and it was all rotten. I was like, okay, so there's a lesson learned. Don't wait till you need something to prepare yourself for it. This is Mabon thinking, Mabon lessons. Don't wait until you are in need to start preparing for it, because winter comes every year. These things come every year. It's coming. Prepare yourself for it, either physically or spiritually. You might know that the upcoming holidays are rough because you might be the only pagan in your family. Prepare yourself now. Think about shielding. Think about attitude. Think about all the things that you need, the tools that you're going to need to survive. And don't worry, you're going to be able to party with us. You're going to be able to be yourself with us. So if you have to see family, see family. All right.
Otherwise, play with the Mari Lou.
We will play with the Mari Lou. We're going to have a good time. The next few months, That's my time. And this is all the good things are happening. Count your blessings. That's another thing you can do this kind of time of year. What are you thankful for? Did you ever go to a Thanksgiving dinner where they may just say, you know, what you were thankful for? Okay, good. What are you thankful for?
What I'm thankful for is the blessing of health and love.
She's right there, right there. Matthew, what are you thankful for?
New school.
Do school? Kimmy?
Being able to do stuff that I couldn't do a couple months ago.
Yeah. Gotta think.
Family.
Family. Jen?
Community, lets you do the things you want to do.
Absolutely. Carl?
This right here.
This right here. And with this?
Man,
Life
little
in
words.
general, love, life.
Yeah.
My chosen family.
My beautiful wife who allows me to pamper her.
Mhm.
True.
Yes, and I'm very thankful for all of you. Absolutely. This makes life so much easier to have a support group, support. And that's what we have been for each other, for the Grove, for this will be our second year. Yeah, the second Yule that we're celebrating as the Grove. And here's to many, 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 many more.